Let's have a beautiful experience. In this video, we're going to talk about your awareness, how to naturally raise your testosterone, your human growth hormone, and make your penis bigger. It's a beautiful thing. You gotta love it. All right, before we get started here, please do me a huge favor. Please ring the bell, subscribe to the channel, of course, tell some friends. Give me that Arthur Fonzarelli thumbs up like so I say hey. And of course, follow me on my social media. I go by Jesus_Detroit on my Instagram. Snapchat, I'm YOUNGDAYGO. And that's right, and in this video we're going to be all talking about your awareness, because you know what we're about here in the BCC, the Big Cock Consciousness, the Big Cock Collective, where I help you manifest a bigger, wider, thicker, longer, stronger, and hotter penis, help you naturally raise that HGH, your testosterone. I'm a spiritual guide and a mentor here to expand your mind and increase your size. So without further ado, I'm here to tell you about your awareness. And yes, man, essentially everything I'm always talking about all has to do with keeping your mind clear, because like I say, if you want beauty to appear, you got to keep this clear. And being aware is something as simple of how you talk about yourself, your thoughts, all these things that I bring up a bunch in my videos and my philosophies. But what this was really inspired with is about being aware of your orgasm. And that's really what I want to hammer home here today, because a lot of people aren't in touch with the way that you are with your ejaculation, your orgasm. And I feel like this information can help you manifest the best. And that's what we're all about here. And when it comes down to using your semen for semen retention, which is a Tao practice that I do daily, and that's when you take it and you charge your chi, you charge your seed. I got videos on the multiple orgasm and how to utilize that into your body. I follow Montauk Chi, who is a Tao master that always talks about he's got his charts that says you want to wait so many days for if you're in your 20s, you want to wait about 2 to 4 days before you ejaculate. In your 30s, it's like 4 days, and by the time you get in your 60s, it's like once a month or something crazy. And me, I always say that the people, he's from China. I feel like the Eastern philosophy, they do things twice as hard as we do in the West. So I figure you chop his chart in half, and that kind of puts you in a better, frame of reference for, holding your seed. And the thing that he doesn't really stress out a lot is the fact that no two orgasms are created equal. It's something that I feel, and it's something that I always gotta, I feel like I gotta share with you, because unless you're very in touch with your body, that you're having that earthquake and body shaking, just of a release. We're talking about that, every load could be, essentially different. And if you're just having some maintenance release that you're just, ejaculating before you go to sleep, a whack and pass, a jerk before work, whatever you want to call it, you know what we're about here. But when you're talking about utilizing the orgasm for the healing purpose and being aware of what your orgasm is, this is what I'm here to tell you is about. And what it all comes down to is understanding, when you get to that the point of when you're gonna come. And like I say, man, some of you might always want to just go completely over the top, you know what I mean, when you gotta slip the wrist and you're fighting it. But once you get over here, you know what I'm saying, you're just gonna kind of just blow it all away. And yeah, I had to give you a quick Stallone arm wrestling movie reference. But what we're talking about is when you're going over the top is, like I say, man, the smile is divine. It's made inside the mind, man. It's a beautiful thing. But what it all comes down to is, your ejaculation for your manifestation, and putting it into your muscles, being aware of what your ejaculation levels are and what it actually is completely You know, it takes practice and just to be aware of what it is. And you're gonna be like, well, like, what are you talking about? Like, what do you mean being aware of? Like, what am I supposed to be aware of? You're supposed to be aware of the feeling of when you're gonna come. And I know, like, a lot of you guys, like, if you're looking at it from a disconnected, like you're just doing it as a job to get to the release, you're not understanding the ride. And this is where all that can increase your size and can help you manifest. And like I say, I got techniques like masturbation for manifestation, the jelking, the edging, the Kegels, the super edge and super Kegels, all these things that can be taught more hands-on. But what we're talking about here is something that is more or less you know, a practice where you're understanding what you have. And when you're about to blow that load, you got to understand that you got the control. And what we're talking about is just putting that load, like I say, man, you could take the load, put it back into you, put it into your muscles, help yourself grow instead of blowing it all away. And that's something that might sound, you know, crazy, but you got to understand that if you got to entertain these thoughts and at least be able to accept that you can do that, because if you don't believe that you can fly, you never will. And what we're talking about here is just being able to utilize the healing orgasm for what it is. And there's so many, you know, every time I come to my ejaculation, I'm always learning and going as I'm growing. And I'm always going to be flowing to let you know that, you know, when you get to that point of release, you can actually, you know, not only put the ejaculation into you, but you can also release it as well. And that could be like a two-way street. Or it could be, like I say, everything's a two-way, three-way, four-way, multiple ways that you can grow. But what we're talking about is the grow. And when you got that ejaculation, that's just kind of like, you know, where you're intending on to bring it in. But like I said, you get over the top, and there's just no way of fighting it back. You're squeezing so hard to fight for that load to just stay into your body is really what it comes down to. And that's what we're talking about here. It's about focusing on your breath. But once you get over that point of no return, that over the top, you're talking about what are you going to do? You're still, you know, channeling the orgasm back into your body. And this is like what Tai Chi talks about with the healing orgasm, when he talks about, you know, putting into the kidney, the lungs. What I do is I put it straight into my muscles, I put it into my hair, I put it back into my penis. I'm more general with it than, you know, organ by organ. You know, he's like a ninja with this. But what we're talking about here is, you know, utilizing the orgasm from a two-way, four-way, you know, multiple perspective, where you're ejaculating and you're bringing it in. And best case scenario, like, you know, you're going to want to hold it into your body. But when we're talking about, you know, when you release it and you're squeezing it, you're still able to get the benefits while you release. And that's what I'm trying to get to, and I'm telling you right now. So whenever you ejaculate and your intention is to hold it in, you're fighting your best, you're squeezing it as much as you can so it doesn't go over the top, but you're still fighting the release. Because if you just let it go, it's going to explode, blast a hole through the drywall, right through the ceiling. But if you hold the control, you're going to be able to save, you know, utilize that load and be able to bring some of it into you. And then, of course, some of the, whatever made it over the top is going to be released. And that's something that takes practice and awareness to let you know where you're at. But every single day, you know, what we're talking about here, I always got to go ahead and say this anyways, because you know me, every single day, you know the sound before my feet hit the ground. You go ahead and you take this breath with me. I got a shot today. I feel beautiful, because gratitude is the attitude. And yeah, I know I was rambling a lot about orgasms, but I really felt inspired to share that information for your muscle manifestation. And speaking of that, we might as well get a quick pump in, man. Detroit Rock City, winter advisory. We got the snow. We're going to grow in the snow. We're going to let it flow. We're going to talk about being aware of the grow, putting your mind into the size. We're talking about your mind and muscle connection. We're talking about Paramahansa Yogananda, the one that wrote the book, The Autobiography of a Yogi, says the mind is the wielder of muscle. And I always feel that the beauty of putting your mind into the size is like what Arnold Schwarzenegger does, bodybuilders be doing. It's something that is out there. It's a belief. It's something that you can always see, but you can feel, and the feeling is real. And when you feel the grow, you feel the grow. You know what I'm saying? So what Steve Jobs always says is the ones that believe they're crazy enough to change the world are the ones that do. And where that, I keep going and I keep growing. So every single time you need a mantra to just get you through, you go ahead and you say this: I am magic, I am divine, and the universe is on my side. You want one to make you feel beautiful, you say, I am so happy and grateful that my huge, beautiful muscles are growing bigger, harder, stronger, more defined, abundantly. And you just keep it going, you keep it growing, and you want to get one last rep out, you go ahead and you take this breath, you scream and you shout, or just say it in your head. You say, I am magic, I am divine, and I can increase my size. Oh yeah, getting lit. 2020, feel the grow, feel it flow. Naked in a chair, long hair flowing, body growing, spirit knowing. I got the sweat boiling. It doesn't matter how cold it is outside. It's hot in here. It's a beautiful thing. I'm going to say salute and have me some beer. You know me. Get it in. Oh, yeah. It's a beautiful thing, man. Always hold. I hear you, see. I'm telling you, man, we have a crazy couple of days here in the winter going, it's getting snowed in, snow blowing, hair flowing, skin glowing. You know me, man. I'm out there making sure we keep everything beautiful. Got my wolf over here. Got my animals all around me. It's a beautiful thing. And we're just talking about being aware. And one of the things that you really should be aware of is how you're feeling. And at any given time in the day, you should always just have reason to smile. I mean, my cat meowing right now is making me smile. Yeah, see, I love you, man. You're a good cat. I know, see, you're good. Don't worry about it. You talked to the guy about the thing? Beautiful. All right. So anyways, any reason that you can get a smile on your face, that's how you know you're winning. Like I say, when you're grinning, you're winning. And any reason to just be smiling is making you feel alive, because that's really what it all comes down to. I always feel that when you're laughing, when you're smiling, you're at your best. And essentially, that's what we're always doing throughout the day. Anyways, we're always kind of like calibrating and checking ourselves to get back to where we naturally are, and that's the smile. And I always feel like no matter what you got to do, if you're chasing your dream, you're chasing your bread, you're chasing whatever you got to do, if you can, you're trying to get back to that. But if you can take that with you the whole way, you're winning the whole way. You know what I mean? So just make sure you can always grab the happy, and whatever you got to do to make it happen. Watch a couple clips on the phone, some comedians, talk about some Netflix, some Hulu, whatever's going to make you smile. Watch some 80s flicks. I'm talking about arm wrestling movies you may not have even seen or heard of, but yet there's so many forms of entertainment to keep you smiling. And it might seem like, this is something that can take you away from, your dreams and this and that. But at the end of it all, I mean, we're here to smile. You know what I mean? We're here to have fun. And if you're taking something that is, a practice that's taking you away from, helping you manifest the best in any kind of way that, you're not able to be you, then that's where you got to evaluate. But if it's something like you're going throughout the day anyways, I mean, there's a reason to smile today. I mean, like I say, you're alive. And for that, man, you've really got to understand that you belong here, man. You got purpose and you're a beautiful being. And I'm always got to, say this, that whenever you come with energy and you come with love, you can do no wrong, which is why I always got to share the Matrix hack every single time, no matter where I'm at. It's always worth this notion to let you know that you got the power to change everything around you at any given time, because your mind is a magnet and a mirror for everything that appears. So you start with loving yourself, and that's where everybody's going to start loving you back. But when you go out there in the public place, you got somebody staring at you across from the gym, even somebody that comes across your mind, you hear somebody on the phone, it's always worth saying this. Whatever thought that you just may have had about them, good, bad, neutral, you just forget about it. You pump the brakes for a second and you say, I intend on that person, that soul, to feel something beautiful today, to feel some love today, and you go along your way and you just hack the matrix. You just made the world a better place. And I know that might sound, out there, but trust me, you gotta give it a shot. And every single day, I mean, you're gonna be sending a positive vibe out there, and you're gonna be like, you know what, I just made you like. You're gonna get a better response of the crowd or wherever you're at every time. I guarantee it, because it's taking you away from, judging yourself or whatever type of insecurity or whatever type of thing is just rambling around your head like a monkey in a tree. Forrest Gump analogy, I had to throw a quick one in there, man. If you got something that's just, essentially everybody's got thoughts that are just rambling through them anyways. And like I said the other day when I was talking about how thoughts all control power and they all got a pendulum behind them where, your thoughts aren't even yours, but they are, just whatever this is whatever this is tuned to is the thoughts that you're going to receive. And you're the creator of the pendulum of what's behind the thought. And regardless of what that is, like people, there's power behind every thought that comes to your head. And whatever you do about it is what you do about it. You know what I mean? Essentially, there's the more power, the more people, the more whatever gets behind the pendulum is what makes the thought more powerful. And like I said, you really should check out that video some more in detail. But when we're really going about what it is, it's just understanding that a thought is when you understand that they might not be yours, that's where you get your power back. That's where you understand that this might not be my own, but this is what's getting drawn to me. And you gotta take a step back and understand, like, are these thoughts that I want? You know what I mean? So your thoughts are kind of like a meter for what you're tuned to. You know what I mean? So if a whole bunch of just no good feeling thoughts are coming to you, we gotta change the channel. You know what I mean? And that's what I'm here to do. I'm here to change the channel to the grow, help you flow, and understand that all things and everything is possible. And I don't discredit science, but I don't discredit magic. You know me. You gotta understand that we are all magic, we are all divine, we are all beautiful. And you gotta understand that words, I always say this, words are powerful, man. So whenever you're going out there every single time and you just watch what you're saying about anybody else and what you're saying about yourself, because everybody essentially is a reflection of you anyways. So don't say anything bad about anybody. You know what I mean? It's really just, it's a test on how you're handling it. You know what I mean? So whatever somebody says and whatever you're talking about, your guy down there, you know me, I always go with the triple D philosophy. And no, we ain't talking diners, diamonds, and drives, Guy Fieri. We're talking don't doubt your dick. We're talking about believing what you got, because, essentially, man, you got a piece of the divine down there. We are all created in God's image. We are all gods. We are all beautiful. We are all loved. And when you got, like I said, don't make your stick. We're talking about making a huge piece of meat, swinging at the knees, throbbing at the pecs, making you your best. But, like I said, if you get a lot of laughs out of, making fun of it and it's bringing people up, then by all means, you do you. But if we're talking about manifesting a bigger, better you got to understand that there's no reason to take them down. You got to be proud of what you got and understand that it can grow. And I'm here to help you take control and be aware of that, because that's what this flow is all about. And like I said, man, just watch your words. Just understand that your guy's there for you. You got a beautiful cock. You got a beautiful penis, you got a breath in your lungs, you got a shot, and every single day you want to make it grow. We're gonna just feel what it's like now. Feel the magic, feel the huge. Understand that we're the huge, massive giants that we are, talking about head in the clouds, huge piece of meat, throbbing between the pecs. Give it a kiss. Talking about not, of course, not snapping at the gremlins at your feet or your best friend's house. We're talking about we're up here, not worrying about nothing down there, because we're focused on love and just having that feeling now, you know what I mean? And that's what this all comes down to. Be aware of your words. Be aware of your orgasms. There's way more control I can teach you more hands-on. I'm going to have a whole bunch more, beautiful manifestations and explanations for you as we go, because essentially every single day I'm learning as I go and I grow. And there's just so many techniques and ways to help you be your best. And I channel things that are beyond the everyday approach. I go within. I tap into the divine, because I know that Hercules, Priapus, Zeus, all these entities and everything out there essentially are a reflection of us anyways. And to be able to tap into that and harness the energy and put it into you, and then utilize collective beliefs that are out there between Tao practices and so many different ways you can utilize it to the grow, which is telling you that you ain't gotta do things one way, two way, three way. There's so many different ways to it, which is why I always say all truths are true. You just gotta find the ones that make you. So when you go out there, you gotta understand, somebody might take a bus to get there, other people might take a train to get there, but all trains, planes, and automobiles, great movie, John Candy, you know what I mean? But we're just talking about, you're going to get there the way you're going to get there. Some people might be able to just snap the fingers and get it. Other people might have to take a few stops on a bus. But either way, you're going to make it happen. And like I say, man, there's so many different methods and techniques that you can utilize, and it's all the ones that you feel, because the feeling is real, and that's what's going to help you manifest the best, no matter if you're in the gym. Because like I said, man, we're talking about muscle manifestation, naturally raising testosterone, all these techniques. It's all beyond what everybody's telling you anyways, because you're the one that's going to decide what's going to work. And there's going to be somebody that tells you why you're right and why you're wrong, and you're the one that's going to tell you what feels right to you. So for that, I say salute. We're going to have some more beautiful experiences to come. Salute. Hit me up in the BCC. Make sure you follow me on the social media. My cat C, he's going stir crazy with he's like an Arctic cat out there. I'm telling you, man. I got a house full of animals. I got a puppy, a wolf, and my bear, a couple Pekinese. Who knows what cameos are coming this year? I feel this is a huge year for the 2020. I just intend on you guys to spread some love today, feel some love today, do some beautiful things. Be aware of your orgasms. That's the thought of the day. And what it all comes down to is be aware of your words, as I always say. And you guys are beautiful. You guys are gods. You guys are magic. We are divine. Let's spread some love. Let's increase our size. Let's do things that are beautiful. So for that, I'll be seeing you on the next one. I'll see you around. Peace.